I was talking about why I'm abusive of judges, and he's talking about the fact that I'm naturally outraged and I believe that people who are wrong should be punished and work should be everything and people should conduct themselves honorably. But as passionately as I feel about that, and as important as I think it is to not only scold or punish people who are incapable of fighting back, but one should have a consistent policy in that respect. I know that there's a practical benefit in the circumstances to all of this. So the decisions that judges need to make, not complicated. Anybody can understand that. You just need to read a little bit. Most cases are simple. So people can see what's right and wrong. When just make wrong decisions. There are a number of societal norms and cognitive biases that work together to create an effect that the people who are complaining are just people who lost and are bitchy about losing. And it's not that people can't imagine that a judge is corrupt or would have done the wrong thing. People know that all the time. In fact, there's studies about it. But there are cognitive phenomena which are not in people's control and they don't operate consciously in the conscious domain. It's just natural conditioning. So the simplest story is generally the most appealing and acceptable one. Stories that have beginning, middle, end, and a clear-cut cause and effect thing and so on, which never actually exists in real life. It's a scientifically demonstrated fact. That's how people process evidence. They want a story, ultimately. A tightly backed up thing that explains everything, blah, blah, blah. And they also don't want it to be very complicated. The simplest explanation when a person is complaining about judicial misconduct is that the person lost. So, to overcome that, I made something else the most conspicuous part of the narrative. Nobody in all of this, it is too difficult to explain in a single transaction that he ruled against me, then I presented the best arguments, all the evidence, and so on and so forth. The other side didn't defend themselves. And then I called him a fucking scoundrel to his face. And then I baited him to throw me in jail. I told him that if I was in his place, forget about it, his place. If he was not a fucking judge, I would literally throw him in jail right now. And despite him being a judge, I would try my best to still throw him in jail. Nobody can reconcile that easily. This was to undermine confidence in him, take away from him the presumptions that he would get. That was the whole thing, because no honorable person would tolerate that behavior. Anyway, that's basically the point. And it's a very technical thing, which people cannot, most people are too scared when they're in these situations to think like that.